Alrighty. So, The Girl with the Broken Banjo. It's really just a few separate sections that we'll just have to break down. They happen just in different orders. So, the main thing is the lick. There's a instrumental lick that kind of underlays all of the instrumental sections and the chord progressions. The bass chord progression for the instrumental parts is just G, C, D, G, G, C, D, C, G. That's what the backing instruments play. The banjo, I'm playing with 3 finger picks, thumb pick, index finger, middle finger. The banjo, you start with the G string, and then B, and then D, the G string, the B string, and the D string. And the rhythm is like, so it's, you kind of do all 3 down and then all 3 back up. It's like, and it's like, except on that, when you hit the G on the way up, you do your finger on the 2nd fret on the G string there. So it's like, so I'll just play the whole thing quick. It's like, so with that broken down, I'll play it a little slower. It sounds like, and what that is, so it's G, B, D, B, G, put G on the 2nd fret, and then you're moving up to really just the bottom part of a C chord on the 5th fret. So it's just, you're barring that. You can play it however you like. I play it with these 3 fingers, and it's same exact strumming as before, and you actually, you just play that chord just like it is. So it's like, and then moving forward to the D, you start off, it's a little bit different this time. You start off on the D string, the open D, the low open D, the low one. That's the first strike of that, of the D chord progression, and then it's, and you really only need the B and the D string here on the 7th fret. So it's D open, and then you're doing the B and the D string on the 7th fret. So it's like, and then that's what it is. So I'm having a, I've never played it this slow before. So it's, and then you hit the drone there. So it's down with the D, B, D. And then the next hit is the drone string, the G. So quickly it's like, and then that last is the D string, the high D string on the 4th fret. So that's kind of, and then you just strum, or the G, if you want to play it just melodically, you would hit the G there on the end. So a little bit slower all the way through. It's kind of like, so it's kind of how the lick goes. I'll play it again quick one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the second time it plays, there's the ending's a little bit different. So it's the same. And then the ending on the second time is, or what is it? That's what it is. So it's like, so that'll be, you're starting with your middle finger there on the high D, and it's, so that's, so essentially you're playing the D string and the B string fretted on the 7th fret with the D string, B string, so, and then the drone with your thumb. So it's like, and then you come down back on the B string on the 5th fret, and then you're also going to have your, on the D string on the 4th fret. And then the ending to it's like, and then that last note is the drone. So quickly the second go through is like, and then the chords for the verse. So it'll play through that like, throughout this, there's a little turnaround that I play on the banjo right before each verse, really just to kind of signify to the rest of the band that we're moving forward in the song, because we always play it a little differently. But whenever I play that's when we're moving into the verse, and that works. In the context, you'll play the first version of the lick. And that's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're really just gonna have to feel out how to play this. Full disclosure, I never really took a banjo lesson. I really just kind of figured out the flow of everything on my own. So I don't know what rolls are called or anything, so I can't give too much advice as far as that. I can just kind of show you how I play it. This lick starts with a hammer on. And I kind of do, the roll I do is kind of, so it's the low D with the hammer on, and then I hit the G drone, and then the open D string as well to kind of give it a, and then I do a 2 open on the G string, so it's like, and I think I kind of play the D string as well, give it a chord on that, so it's like, kind of like that, or maybe just on the second one, it's like, if you can hear that, so it's like, and then I do all of the rest of this. I'm hitting 2 strings at the same time, the melody string, and then just I'm droning the open high D string. So it's like, and that's gonna be, you're doing 2 open, 2 4, 2 open, 2, or sorry, we'll do it again. Hammer, 2 open, 2 4, 2 open, 4, 2 open, and then I do 5 on the D, and then that's the same note as your drone string, and I just kind of, just to kind of give it that little 16th note there at the end. And then it goes into the verse. The verses, most of them are the same. The only ones that are different are the first one and the last one. The rest are the same. I'm just going to kind of teach the overall verse, and they change a little bit. This is essentially what it is. It's 1, 2. It starts on the C, the 4. We're in the key of G, so C will be the 4 chord of that. If you know the number system, if not, I'll stick with the names of the chords. So it starts on the C, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, and if I find C, D, G. So those first 3 chords are C, D, and G. It'll be, and if I find the D to G. And then on the record, I do a little thing on the G. I do like D to G, and that's a 3/4 hammer on. So you're going the 3rd fret to the 4th fret on the G string, and it's kind of just like a, and the roll I'm doing is a hammer on, and then so thumb the G, and then you also thumb the high G, the drone, and then the open D, like a, quickly it sounds like, so it's like, and if I find a way to see you another day will. And as far as what strumming pattern or rolling pattern I do in the verses and really throughout the whole song, I don't have an answer for it. I play it differently every single time. Nothing here is precise. But so it'd be C, D, G, and then C, and you hold out the C a little bit longer this time. So the second C is like, and then D to E minor. So going from the beginning to that E minor, it's going to be C, D, G, C, D, E minor, and then a little walk up, and that walk up is really just, you're fretting the 4th fret on the low D string, but strumming it all, kind of give it that dissonance. So it'll be starting from the long C. It'll be, and then the end of the verses is like, I had to remember it for a second. It's G, D, so G, D, E minor, and then it's really another D, but the bass there plays an F sharp. So you can really play whatever inversion of D that you want. The way I played it on the record, I don't necessarily remember it, but it was like I did an open G and then I did the D7 shape, which D7 is kind of what I play a lot. A normal D on the banjo is that, but a D7, you're moving that note down to the 7, which is actually, that's a C, technically the note, but in the chord of D, it makes it a D7. So, I kind of lost my track. It'll be G, D7, E minor, and then D over F sharp, and then a G. So that fast it'll be, I hope you care forevermore. And then it walks down to E minor. So and then after that E minor, what do? I do that. So on the walk down there, it's like, I hope you care forevermore. That's what it is. Okay, you're walking. Sorry about this. I'm not gonna edit this video, so you're just gonna have to. I apologize. But so yeah, you're just gonna walk down, and then you do that same where you just put your finger on you fret the 4th fret of the low D, and you do that, and then you play a D right afterwards to kind of give it an effect, like it's like, and makes it sound like that. And that's just a normal D I'm playing after that. And then right after that, it goes into the instrumental section to the. So I'm just gonna play through the verse one time for you. So I'll do the last little bit of the instrumental into the first verse. So. And if I find a way to see you another day, well, I'll keep pushing away. Hope you care for. Nah, I messed it up. Take it. Alright, and if I find a way to see you another day, well, I'll keep pushing away. Hope you care forevermore. And it goes into the lick again. This is fun for me. I never, ever actually think about what I play on the banjo unless it's an intricate solo part. But, so going from there, the only difference between that and one of the other verses is the ending. So the way that verse ends is, as I hope you care forevermore. And then like another verse would be, if I see your face come with another face, well, I'll be lost. Well, that's the long C. So we're going to start in the long C of the second verse. It'd be, well, I'll be lost in a daze, drinking all my sorrows away. Ooh. And that's really the difference, is it doesn't do the walk down. Everything else is really the same. And then the banjo solo, if you will, that is really the same thing as this. If I remember correctly, it's almost exactly the same, just up the octave. So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna attempt to teach this part, is you're gonna bar the 12th fret, which will make a G chord. Same thing. Just the bottom 3 strings. Just do the same, just like you did. It's a little bit more difficult because you can't rely on your open strings, but it's like, and then you quickly go to, and that's the 13th fret on the B string. You're making a C chord, but you're playing with it. So it'd be like, and I learned this from watching Bela Fleck videos. The single stroke picking, it's when you kind of roll, but just on one string, and you got to do that here on the, so coming out of the beginning, it's like, and that's, and then that's going to be the 14th fret, and you go to the 13th fret here for the first note of the next part, and then you got 13th fret of the B string, 14th fret of the D string, and you're doing, and you got to put your pinky all the way up there what is that? 12, 13, 14, 15, 17th fret. And it's going to be, so it's one hit on the B. So one hit on the B, 3 hits on the D, and then back to the B. So it's like, and then you hit the D string open, and you're essentially fretting the middle part of what is the D chord that the inversion you play here on the 12th with your root on the 12th fret. But when you open the D string, it makes the, and those, so that's you got the D string open, your middle finger is there on the 10th fret of the B string, and your middle finger, I think I just said middle finger twice. Either way, your middle finger is on the 11th fret of the G string. And you start the roll, open the D, and then G string. So open D, G string, B string, and then drone. So it's, and then that last is the G string again. So, and then you just hit the drone, the G on the drone to fill out the melody. So that quickly is like, yeah, I can't play it right. Ah. Kind of like that. And then there's this little cool part. It's exactly what we did here, but up the octave. So you're going to put on, what do we, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th fret. I never count frets, I just look at the dots. 17th fret, it's the drone. You're putting a finger on the drone, and you're also putting one on the D string on the 17th fret. And it's just, so that's pretty simple. It's just you kind of just strum along here like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then those 3 hits are the 15th fret of the B string. So it'd be, th fret, and then up to the 17th fret. 15, 17, 15, 12, and then 12 on the G string. So it's 17th fret with the drone and the D string right there, and then you're on the B string right there, and then I think what I do, something like that. I don't know what I play. I play something there, and then there's the and if you find, that's just a C. If you find love, and then open G. It better C, G, E minor, C, D. It better bite you so you'll notice. And then you kind of just happy strum for all that, and Adam takes the fiddle solo. And the rest is kind of the same until the bridge changes a little bit. Let's see. The verse before the bridge is, what I feel I see is constantly changing, but the way you smile makes my mind up for a little while. And it's just open G, and you hammer on a C. And then what I do is, and that's, you're just taking that D7 shape. It's going to be your middle finger on 2, index finger on 1, middle finger on the G string, index on the B string, and it's, you just slide it from the 2nd fret up to the 4th, and that's kind of where your paradigm is going to be. So it'll be like, and that's a little lick. The top of it's going to be it's all on the G and the B string, and it'll just be the 5th fret for both of them for the top of that. And then the rest is all that same shape. And so I'm trying to think if anything comes after that that's different. Okay, yeah, that's what I do. So So yeah, the first line of that bridge part is what I just played, and then the second line starts with this little rhythm I do, this little melody, and you're just doing octaves. The two D strings you got. It's just the 5th fret and the 2nd fret and open, and the rhythm's like. So in time, like 1, 2, 3, second time. And then the far away. And that's all the same. And then the end, like I will wait. It actually goes to a D there on the ending to the bridge. And then C. Oh yes, 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 till it goes away. And then we're back and the ending's all the same. And that's how you play The Girl with the Broken Banjo. Thank you.